Ladies and gentlemen, this is MTGO Traders. My name is Taryn, and this is the start of Rivals of Ixalan preview season. Alright guys, so they just had an unstable Facebook stream a couple seconds ago, and then they actually released this on a Polygon article that I saw via Saffron Olive on Twitter. But this is Vraska, Sheming Gorgon. There's a bunch of other PlanesWalker card decks. Keep in mind, these are actually PlanesWalker card decks and not part of the actual 196. There's 196 cards in Rivals of Ixalan, which is quite big. But this says on the bottom here on Vraska, it's 197 out of 196. So that means that it's outside of the set. It's part of the PlanesWalker decks. So do keep that in mind. So Vraska, Sheming Gorgon is a 6 mana, 5 loyalty counter Planeswalker with a +2, -3, and -10. +2 is kind of boring here. We have creatures you control get +1/+0 to win a turn, which is just a weird Anthem effect. Okay. -3, destroy target creature, much better. And -10, until end of turn, creatures you control gain death touch, and whenever this creature is dealt damage to an opponent, that player loses the game, which is actually super fun for us and really interesting because Vraska did have a card previously that had a similar effect to this. One of the best things about this card, though, is the artwork. That artwork is just stunning, I would say. But I do like Vraska. I don't think she'll be in this actual set again. I think it's just that this card is just part of just a Planeswalker series. But a card that I hope is in the actual main set is the next Planeswalker, which is Angrath, Minotaur Pirate. Another 6 mana, 5 loyalty counter Planeswalker, has a +2, -3, and -11. +2 is deals 1 damage to target opponent and each creature that player controls, which is actually quite good. -3, return target pirate card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is again quite good. And -3, destroy all creatures target opponent controls. Angrath Minotaur Pirate deals damage to that player equal to their total power, which is kind of amazing for a Planeswalker style deck. So it's almost like these abilities here are actually like so much better than Vraska, Sheming Gorgon, but that's just me. I think the -10 here for Vraska is really fun, but Angrath's abilities just seem ridiculous. And again, it's another Planeswalker deck card because it is 201 out of 196, so it is a card you won't be seeing in the main set. So I really do hope that Angrath does make its way into the actual main set. That would be amazing, honestly, because I really want to rebuild the Minotaur deck. And if we get a Rakdos Minotaur Planeswalker, then that's just like gravy on top. But moving on here, we have Angrath's Fury, which is kind of like one of those cool cards where you can tutor it. A 5 mana sorcery, target creature, or destroy target creature. Angrath's Fury deals 3 damage to target player. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Angrath Minotaur Pirate, reveal it, put it into your hand, and if you search your library this way, shuffle it. So just a fantastic card. Again, the artwork on these cards are really interesting and really dynamic. 3 damage target player is not great. 5 mana to destroy something. Again, I mean, unlicensed integration with 3 damage is basically what this is, but it is a tutor. So I think for the Planeswalker decks, it's fine. We won't see this in standard at all. Next up, we have Swap Goblin, a 2 mana 2/2, just a 2 mana 2/2 bear in red. I mean, that's, you know, okay, it's fine. It is a goblin though, and I do like its name, which is Swap Goblin. So I think that's really fun, and of course the art is really fun. Next up, we have Vampire Champion, a 4 mana 3/3 with Death Touch, which is actually not terrible. I wish this had lifelink as well, but just being a 4 mana 3/3 that's going to be in the Planeswalker deck exclusively, I think is fine. And again, the artwork on this card is just ridiculously cool. I just love it. Next up, we have Vraska's Conquistador, which is a card I think is going to be really interesting and might see some standard play. This is a 2 mana 2/1 Vampire Soldier, and whenever Vraska's Conquistador attacks or blocks, if you control a Vraska Planeswalker, target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. So in the actual builds right now, Vraska's coming into these more aggro kind of centric decks, and I think Vraska's Conquistador could be built into a really interesting Vraska build with Vraska Relic Seeker, and not the Vraska Gorgon that we just saw a minute ago, but Vraska Relic Seeker from the original Ixalan. I think this is probably one of the few cards from the Planeswalker deck that we're actually going to see probably in standard, just kind of toyed around with and played with, because that 2-point life swing and gain just from attacking or blocking is quite good for us, and I would hope to see this in a standard deck somewhere. I definitely want to build it myself, I know. Next up, we have Vraska's Scorn, a 4 mana sorcery. Target opponent loses 4 life. You may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Vraska, Sheming Gorgon, reveal it, put it into your hand, and if you search your library this way, shuffle it. So the other tutor for the Vraska deck here, but I think it's actually a lot more relevant for us because it doesn't make them lose 4 life. One of the things I do want to kind of pull to your attention on this one is that the artwork here seems, I don't know, less than what it should be. I don't really know here. It's just so different. Let's go back to the original Vraska here and look and wow, it just seems so incredibly different. Like the artist here and this kind of direction is more in line with the rest of the Ixalan art. And then we go to the new card here, and then this kind of section here, like this area, I guess they're going for the behind the back. It just looks really strange to me. Like, it's not bad. It's just definitely not the same, I think, artistic flavor as the rest of the cards we've been seeing, which is really strange to me. But, you know, I think it's a cool card. I think we're not going to see this at all in the standard format. It's just going to be one of those Planeswalker rare cards. But yeah, there you go. And next up we have Angrath's Ambusher, which is a 3-mana 2/3 Orc Pirate. Angrath's Ambusher gets +2/+0 as long as you control an Angrath Planeswalker. So if we have a really cool Angrath Planeswalker in the actual set, this card might be a great card coming in as a 3-mana 4/3 attacking in, which is kind of good. But I don't think this will see hardly any play, besides it being probably in a cool pirate deck, maybe, because it is a 3 toughness pirate, which is kind of relevant in some aspects. But overall, I think this art probably belongs somewhere in Innistrad instead of Ixalan. It just kind of looks like one of those Innistrad cards to me. But of course, I think that is all the cards. No, actually, we have Cinder Barons here. Enters the battlefield tapped, and we can tap for 1 black or 1 red. So there you go. And that is all of them. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I'm really excited to see if Angrath is going to be in the actual set. I'm excited to see Rivals of Ixalan spoilers. We've had, like, weeks of Unstable spoilers. And if you guys know me at all, I'm kind of, like, about Unstable. Like, I like the set. I'm excited for everybody that's excited for it. But for me, I really prefer actual cards that we can play in, like, black border formats. And I'm really excited to see what else is in Rivals for Ixalan. But of course, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll definitely be putting out a video as soon as we possibly can every single day when previews are popped onto the multiverse, the internet somewhere. And I will definitely comment on them. But of course, like the video, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.